Hello and welcome to the 3rd of January Technical Analysis Daily Video. Let's take a look at the market as usual, as we do every day. Here's the euro dollar. Now, as I did mention yesterday, we're in a sideways mood with the euro dollar. So what we want to do is wait for the news that are coming out this week. This week we're going to have a lot of news coming out. They're quite important. And Friday is the first Friday of the month. So we've got the non-farm payroll coming out, and that is sure to give the market a good whipsaw. So just be mindful on how you're trading. Now, if you look at the euro dollar, as you know from previous videos as well, we're in a downtrend, and right now the market just going sideways. It's just a bit of a breather before we start to possibly carry on with this downtrend. So this downtrend is probably going to continue this month into January until we find a serious support level. So what to do until then? Now that we've got this sideways market, I think the sound thing to do is, when we're following the trend, is to mark those resistance levels, as you can see here at the top region here, and just to start, you know, if the market pops up there, start to sell it off from there. And that's, I think, the best way to keep it going. If the market pops its head up, just keep selling it down, shorting it down. The second alternative is, if the market breaks the support on a pullback, keep shorting it down as well. And I think that's the way to go with the euro dollar. I think the same thing with the pound dollar. Let me just bring this to a smaller view. As you can see, we had this sideways kind of up channel. Now it's breaking down, and below we have levels that the market can come down to. So as you can see, we've got the 1.22, 40, 22, all the way down to 21.50 levels, even slightly higher just there. Okay, possibly. Oh no, we're good with this level here, all the way down to about 22, 40, 50 area. So as you can see, the market is kind of still carrying on with that main downtrend. But what we want to do, like I said, is to make sure we don't get into a dangerous situation with the news coming out, especially non-farm and the unemployment news that's set to come out on Thursday. We've got the European Central Bank Monetary Policy meeting accounts, and on Wednesday we have the ADP employment change of the FOMC minutes, and to wrap that up on Friday, we've got the unemployment rate and the non-farm payroll coming out. So that's going to be like a huge event. So this week's going to basically just follow through on that. So be mindful as the market kind of pulls up, be mindful to go in the direction of the trend. Let's take a look at the dollar franc. Here is the dollar franc. And what we have here right now, as you can see, is this tight little range. I think the market's going to wait for the news. We'll probably have some short range moves within the market. And what we might see accordingly is that once the market pulls back, the market will just keep buying this in order to break out. And you might see the dollar franc all the way up at 1.850 area. Okay, that wouldn't be a surprise. It's a daily chart, as you can see here. This is daily. And this daily move, we might see the dollar franc all the way up there. But before we do, we're going to have to make sure that we're overcoming this news. So let's take a look at a more short-term chart with the 4-hour. Here we go. All right. So this is the resistance area here. As the market pops its head up here, this is the region where you want to start selling off. And let's just draw another line there. There we go. Let's just add these so we can see the prices. As you can see, this around here, 1.0320, 50 range here, 1.0320, 40 area here. And just move this up a bit more. There you go. So as the market pulls its head up, it's good to short. Okay, don't mess around with the market in no man's land, which is between support and resistance. There's support, there's resistance. This area is going to be choppy. Just wait for sound trading to come to decent levels where you can buy and sell. Let's take a look at the dollar Canadian. Now with the dollar Canadian, no surprises here. I did mention we're going to expect this currency pair to come back all the way down here, and it did. All right, and we had a nice support even at 33.88, where I had drawn this line before, and the market moved nicely up. That's all well and done, but what to do now on the 4-hour chart? Now, as you can see, we have two options here. This huge big move up, okay, came to its first area. It bounced off. If you bought here, you would have been covered already and had some profit in your pocket. All well and done. Okay, now what we have to do is to keep in mind the consideration for this week and what the market is going to do this week as the news comes out. So if the market, when the news comes out, pops down to around this 38 level here, this is going to be a sound level to get back into the market. Other than that, this is a nice buy area. Just be mindful that from here to here we might get spiky when the news comes out, and that's the only thing you've got to really keep in mind today, because once the news comes out we might see the dollar Canadian pulling back to that level, which is that 32.70 region, okay, before it takes off again, and that wouldn't be a surprise. So just be mindful about that. Let's take a look at the dollar, Aussie dollar. Now Aussie dollar in this rectangle cube, as I drew this the other day, what you need to do with the Aussie dollar is just take it easy. I wouldn't be mucking around with it in the middle of nowhere here between support and resistance areas here. So just the best thing to trade this is right now. Let's take a look at what to do. If you're into the Aussie dollar, all right, within today, what to do is a good question. Within today, this is a support area, so this is where you might want to buy, okay, in order to go long. Alternatively, you'll need to wait for the resistance level to short or the support to buy. Dollar yen, nice little move up. We were expecting the market to come up here and to resist a little bit, as it did. Nice retracement. Now it's shooting up. Are we surprised? No, simply because we were talking about an uptrend on the dollar yen for ages. Okay, so all you had to do was follow the videos. Alright, so the videos were all done for you. That's where we're going to head up to now. Okay, let's do this. This is the region that we're going to come up to now, and let's do this. Why? Because that's a double top region. Okay, so the market will probably come up here. This is already a resistance. Don't go buying now, just where the resistance levels are. Okay, you should have bought this before when I did mention it. So that dollar yen is going nicely up and away. Let's take a look at gold. Gold, here we are, we're in this channel here. Nice. What to do with it? Well, if the market puts its head up, just keep slapping it down. I think that's the way to handle gold right now. I still have that target there, 1050, I think. If the market breaks down, that's the level it's going to test. I did a video on this before, so it shouldn't be a drama. Just look back and see how we've been trading on the gold. This level, it's eyeing this level, and I think this is just a bit of a stall until the market retests this bottom area once again. And if it does that, that's going to be a magic buy area. If it does that in January especially, I think February this will just shoot up. Let's take a look at Brent. Still eyeing the 60 level. As you can see, the market is nice and easily going there. I've been talking about this for the past few weeks. It's not a surprise. There was the target level there, so all you have to do is just nicely follow it through. And I did say just keep moving your stop losses up as the market goes higher, so you lock in some profits there. Let's take a look at DAX. Okay, right, let's take a look at the DAX. With the DAX, also no surprises. As you can see, that 11,585 was a line that we were expecting, and I said it was going to dip its head up there to test that level, and it has. Okay, so there we go. Now what we're going to start looking with DAX is how we're going to short it. I think that's going to be the important thing. Now, if we take a look at the daily, let's take a look at the daily, and let's get rid of these lines that I had here. Okay, this is where we're at now. This is the weekly chart. Let's start with the weekly first. Take a look at it. It's a new week, it's a new year, and let's see where we're at. So as you can see here, we still have a bit of room to come back up, but this is going to be that resistance level I'm talking about, and that's where I had the green line the other day. So this is okay, slightly higher, around 11,680 region. Now around here we're going to start having to look at shorting this because it's coming right at the top of the channel. So that's going to be the zone, 11,678. 11,766 region. So this is what typically the market would do. It'll touch that line, it'll pull back a little bit, and then it'll push up to retest one of these levels, creating a divergence, and the market will sell it off there. So be patient, don't rush into stuff. This is how it looks like on a 4-hour chart. There you go. Alright, so this bit of a pullback before it meets the target is nice and expected. The market will nicely pull back a little bit, and then we'll hit there and we'll get a divergence, and that'll be the moment where you want to sell that off. Now with the Dow Jones, here we go. Dow Jones, as you can see, that was the resistance level. The market was just shorting it down as we went there. That's a 4-hour chart. Let's take a look at the daily. Okay, so it met our target. I did mention this 20,000 region, and exactly around there it just started going down and retracing. Now the market will want to kind of retest those levels again. This is now a retesting area. So if you take a look at the 4-hour chart, okay, that level is actually a double top region now. So the market's either going to start selling off from around here, or it'll make a higher high to see if they want to take it a bit more higher. If I look at the weekly chart, let's just do this. Sorry, the daily chart, there we go. I'm expecting the market to kind of pull back nicely on the daily. Okay, now take a look at this. This is the daily, and that's a huge up move there. So the market, for it to be good and valuable to buy again, needs to at least come back to this 18,900 odd region, or let's call it 19,000 levels at least. Okay, so we need a really nice pullback in order to continue to buy this again. So until then, I reckon I'd be on the shorting side of the market. And let's just do this. As you can see here, where you can is just be mindful. Okay, so if it does break out here, we've got targets up there, as you can see, and just be careful around this area. So the market might take it slightly higher with divergence, and that divergence might bring it down once again. All right, hope that helps. Have a great year again. Once again, let's welcome ourselves to January. We're going to have a lot of trading opportunities this week with the news. Good luck and all the best.